Welcome back to the Smite Draft League. We are still in the scouting grounds for you. We have the Divine Division here for you with a match between the Full Metal Jackets and Dune. I'm Jeffrey and I'm here together with Fenix. As you can see, the game has been a remake, so the gods have already been chosen. What can you tell us about these selections, Fenix?
You can see on the right side of your screen, Aowan, I would say, going Kakolin here. That's a really dominant pick in the soul lane, but obviously we have a mage ADC, which is something we've always been talking about with these picks. It's an Ola run, which is very scary for everyone on the side, which I believe on the right-hand side right here would be Full Metal Jacket. With JoyWolffe at the top with a Khepri, which will help his team when they dive be able to revive, of course, which is what Kakolin is made to do and that type of thing. But the Orun ADC, magical ADC, very scary, something that you don't want to have to deal with in the late game.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. As we're looking at these players, we have some familiar faces here, like Akamaru and obviously JoyWolffe, my late partner from last year. Um, So, like you were saying, we have here the Oleron ADC for the left side of the screen, for the other side. Do you think this Oleron in particular is gonna stand, like, is he gonna absolutely dominate this Charybdis, or is this Capri going to be enough to actually stop it?
It might take a little bit. So Orun really turns on when he gets to level 5. That's when you get that big field that allows him just to slow absolutely everyone. And that really doesn't do much actually to a Charybdis, but actually it's going to slow the frames in which she's able to go down into the maw underneath the ground and be safe from everything that's going to be attacking from Orun's side of the page. But if she can get through that phase, the 5, 6, 7, 8 level, right there, she will come through and start hitting those crits, which is what she really wants to be able to do. It might flip the tables on Olrun again and bring her back into the forefront of running the team.
And then the last thing I want to talk to you about before we actually go into match one, we see a Naja and a Loki being picked up here. Who is going to be the mid laner if Oleron is going ADC?
I would assume that this is going to be a Loki mid, correct? So Loki mid and a Neja jungle, but it could be either way. Both work very well. I've seen Neja multiple times in some in-houses and some things like that. People feel very comfortable on it. And I believe that Akimaru might actually, I don't know if that was previous seasons, but this season I think he might be a jungle main actually. So I would hope that maybe Loki will be in the jungle, but who knows? He might be swapping here and filling in or something like that for this divine, match.
I hate it nonetheless, but let's see how they make it work out. You never know. Maybe they absolutely pop stomp. Like, you never know. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Anyways, these are your picks. I'm Jeffrey. I'm here with Phoenix. I want to thank Anthony for coming for us, and we're going into match one. And welcome to game one of this set. We have Dune versus Full Metal Jacket against you here. We see the more traditional ADC start here in your screen. But the first thing I want to talk to you about, Phoenix, it actually did turn out to be a low-key mid here for Akamaru.
Yeah, this is something that I kind of had maybe predicted, even though Akamaru is a very typical jungle last season with the Harbingers. Uh, it seems like this season he might be wanting to dip his toes into a little bit of that mid lane Loki. I don't know if this will impress any of the captains as much as it would have impressed in the jungle, especially considering how he bought his items. As you can see, he is the only person in this game to buy Bluestone in the second slot and have his Soul Eater start in the first slot. What's wrong with this man?
Well, if I was a captain, I would immediately set a cross through his name just purely by the fact that he bought his starter item wrong. But for legal purposes, that's a joke. Captains, it's a good player. Anyways, we're looking here at the dual lane. A bit of pressure for the gap Oleron. I was actually expecting this Charybdis to have more pressure in the early game. What can you tell me about it?
Yeah, obviously the clear was not as good as far as Olrun went. A little ahead of the enemy on Full Metal Jacket. Charybdis kind of struggled. I wonder, we didn't really get exactly what to see what Charybdis leveled up in the first thing here, whether it was the 1 or the 2, the wave or the large AoE basic attack. If it was the AoE basic attack, I would assume that she would have out-cleared, but instead, Olrun's here, which, I mean, that happens sometimes. That was a good axe by, sorry, good throw right there by the Thor, almost got a kill.
Yeah. Yeah, good poke in mid Nothing big coming from it, but it leaves Crunch with very low HP, so they will be forced to back to base already. It's quite early on with only having played a mid at 50. No first blood just yet. It's not like the sets we saw yesterday quite, as the very tanky mid camps get cleared.
There are a lot of tanky buffs nowadays on the map in general. I mean, these two white camps on both the left and right hand side, one giving a shield and one giving cooldown, are also great XP for both camps. And as we were talking about that, this Olrun and Geb are kind of running a house over here right now, really creating a lot of chaos. And speaking of a lot of chaos, FanClub, yeah, really creating a lot of chaos on this right side of the map. Kukulkan having a hard time against a Guan Yu with Talos Assault.
Yeah, FanClub doing a lot of damage in this early game. I was actually also here expecting Kukulkan to have a bit more pressure, but I guess the steal from the protections on the free from Guan Yu, that ability that seems to always take so long as well, and such a good clear, I guess it's just a little bit too much, as he's wave freezing right now by those looks of it.
Yeah, poor Kukulkan really would like to be in there boxing a little bit more. We have a gank coming out from Crunch on the left side of the map. But the Khepri will be able to escape here in a a free walkaway. This is something that this Khepri has been having to struggle with almost the entirety of this game already. He's been low health since minute 1, it feels like.
Yeah, it looked like Voulg was just hitting the JoyWolffe a little bit too late on the rollout, actually knocking them back instead of slowing. That might have just dropped the kill. Unlucky timing by them, but they will get an invade off here by the looks of it.
Jeffrey, have you seen the movie Dune, the new one? Oh, well, Order Archer kills. Wait, oh my goodness. MVP archers. There are so many of them over there. That is so sad for Kukulkan to be able to walk into those. Unlucky for him.
A1 dying to minions. Oh no. I can just hear this the Brutal McLeanian time video right now in my ears. I don't know if you've seen them, but
no, I don't think I have now.
It's just some people, and they always scream the buff name whenever someone dies to the buff. It's quite funny. Anyways, they did teleport back in by the looks of it, and now it's actually FanClub in a bit of trouble, as Thor going up into the sky does hit the ultimate and the wall, so they will get a return kill, and that's actually does count as first blood since this Kukulkan died to minions.
Yeah, minions are the champions here, getting the first blood. Voulg will get the kill. There's that field I was talking about in the early, in the picks and bans. You don't want to be in that field if you're anyone without beads or without an escape of any type. And that's what a Khepri is someone with very little amounts of escape. A single dash does not go that far. It's not like a Giannis or anything like that. But poor Joy having to go down, first thing.
Should have stayed to Costa. Anyways, we're looking here in the solo lane, as A1 seems to have picked up the pace just a little bit, but be careful as Crunch is coming in now. Transformation should be almost over. Sash does miss it mark, but there comes the ultimate. Up into the sky goes A1 with actually getting the kill for themselves. That's the solo laners right now, nothing to be scoffed at, as A1 actually secures a kill in the 2v1 against Crunch here.
Yeah, Crunch made a mistake there. I believe that they probably should have backed there and got that full Jotuns before coming in and ganking a Kukulkan. Kukulkan's very just base tanky. That's what they're made to be, especially the solo laners in general, but just especially Kukulkan. He's literally a monster and a large, I believe, Scottish man, correct? That's what he is?
I do believe so.
Yes, and so, I mean, you just don't want to, mess with that whatsoever.
Yeah, it's Scottish or Celtic, actually, I do believe.
Celtic, yeah.
Yeah. As the European token over here in the server, I should probably know the difference, but I will assure you that I do not. Anyway, Scorpion here being cleared by Geb and Olrun. Just a little bit of a health buff here for TheDivineApe, but it's Bluxrrr right next to it, looking to set a stop to this invade. Crunch also coming over as the hammer misses, so that's a lot of damage down from Bluxrrr. Bluxrrr being forced up in the air, but it actually doesn't get off before he dies, and now it's ChronosFanClub in trouble. ChronosFanClub still in trouble, ChronosFanClub back to the graveyard.
Yeah, that was really well done by Crunch there. Able to land the sash that time, which is what they really needed to do in that previous fight against the, I believe it was in the left lane again, where we missed the sash onto the Charybdis or the Khepri. But Gold Fury being pulled at 6 minutes into this game by Dune. They are moving forward very fast. 4 people here, and there's no one in sight from Full Metal Jacket.
it's very early, but I don't really like the call to go for gold, but it's so early that I guess Full Metal Jacket doesn't even expect him to go for it. No wild coverage, and they get it basically for free.
Yeah, it's just free gold. Why not go ahead and get it? Free real estate. And it's going to be down. You know, no one's going to be able to get that buff for quite a while. It's like in the late game when you're behind and you get the Fire Giant as the losing team, the team that's behind. It just means that you're really going to be able to come back a little bit, but also the enemy team's not going to get that buff. So it's just a safekeeping for now. An Oni Fury will be up as well. So next, hopefully, Dune will be there for that Oni Fury as well and be able to dominate there. And they are dominating on the left side of the map right now because we have a 2-level lead on Olorun on the ChronosFanClub. Ooh.
FanClub in trouble. Just barely doesn't get knocked up here with the CC immunity by the end, as Voulg will actually confirm the kill on A1 instead. 3 men into the solo lane here, 2-man rotation here by the jungler and the support, securing that kill pretty freely, as now Tol is looking to make amends, but well, your solo lane is already dead. I don't know if you want to be there right now, as Nasha takes them up into the sky, get there for the landing. Double ultimate as Tol trying to ult up again, but there comes Akamaru with the Loki ultimate as well. Now it's A1 back, as we hear a little laugh from the Loki. It's a bit toxic, but okay. But it seems like A1 just took their money for the bread and left it alone.
But like, did you see what just happened? Kokolin, aka A1, he has the greater teleport. If you the biggest relic you can, persistent teleport right there. It's one that allows him to have a shorter cooldown, but also allows him to teleport to wards. He teleported to a ward right there. Is what Kokolin did.
Huh. I think you might be right, Fenix. I did not even notice that. Thank you so much.
That's.
So, in the mid lane here, just Loki clearing some mini waves. This Loki so far in the mid lane has been working out a bit better than I was expecting. What do you think about it?
Going to Soldier was a very smart idea on his part. It's going to allow for him to have a lot of sustain, as Loki is a very strong god. Man, this is just a brawl over here on this side of the map, isn't it? ChronosFanClub and A1 just really going at each other's necks, but they'll decide to back off on each other. But Soldier looks like he's going to Hydra's Lament right now as well, which is a really good item for melting people in this early game. Hopefully he'll be able to go in a little more penetration, a little more like a regular jungle build a little bit later in the game, which will allow for him and Neja to really just demolish people when they come down from the skies. You know, Crunch will land the ultimate, then Akamaru will land his ultimate, and someone's going to get melted immediately.
Yeah, for sure. It also just shows the captains you can play whatever and make it work. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Play something wacky, still win, and you really show the captains I'm just a better player, I guess.
Goodness, imagine playing like a really like a Kepri mid or something like a so we've seen Sylvanas ADC last season. Like these are types of picks that you can see in these types of games. We're not seeing anything extremely crazy. I mean, a Loki is still a Loki, and does make you kind of a Loki main in my eyes. But we do have respect for people that can really play these flex picks, these picks that are not very generic. This is not a raw mid. This is not a Scylla mid. And it looks like we might have another kill coming out for the Akamaru. But actually, Voulg will get another kill as the Geb. This is, I think, his second or third kill this game. Third kill. He is 3-0 on support as Geb right now.
That's my type of support player. Ooh, Sash landing, and there goes Cat. The Sash landed, and you were just instantly dead. That's just how it works, sadly. If you are the Cryptus here, had the protection from the third ability, the kind of whirlpool ability, I forgot the name for a second, as they went underground. But as soon as that's over, you're up for grabs. As we see the gold difference here, spawning just about 3,000, with the Gold Fury falling down once again towards Dune.
That was what I was talking about. Yeah, 3,000.
3,000 gold, 3,000 XP.
Yeah.
Actually, 4,000 XP now.
I would hope so. I mean, Dune is really dominating the left side of the map right now, as well as they're really pushing out the ganks on the right side of the map with that 3-man gank at 5 minutes and 6 minutes or so. Great rotations coming from Dune, as well as they did exactly what I thought they were going to do, which is get that gold, and then immediately upon that Oni Fury come up, they got 2 or 3 kills, both in mid and in the dual lane, which allows for them just to get that Oni Fury as well. No challenge from Full Metal Jacket, even with Searing Pain being up, I believe, on Sosa. It might have been a chance to steal it, but instead be safe and not try to do that. It's probably the best decision.
Yeah, you gotta keep in mind these players don't really play together with them normally. It's a randomly drafted team for the scouting rounds. But this Dune side looks like they've been playing together for years with how they go on their store picks sometimes. It's they impress me a lot with their communication at least.
Yeah, the communication, especially on these objectives, have been very clean and very well done. Uh, we got to comment on the fact that there is a late game potential here for Full Metal Jacket, of course, as they do have a Kepri. But if they need to get there to be able to do that, another 3-man gank coming over here, or a 2-man gank to be exact, and we will go into cavalry charge and see if we can get a kill again onto the colon.
Yeah, Sash just off the mark here by Crunch, but the triple ultimate on top of A1 will finally secure the kill, but they live for a very long time. That's just the tankiness of the solo laners right now, as we also saw that they got the defense item that just, well, kills your entire team right now. All three of them were being hit by it with the CC they dealt towards him. We'll get the tier 1 tower now though, as still 3 people over in the solo lane. Gold 3 is down, so nothing much you can lose with it.
Just a couple seconds ago, we were talking about the gold difference only being about 3,000. I think that is already extended to about 6,000 as is right now. And Kepri, Joy getting caught out here into a bad position. Akamaru will use his ultimate to attempt to secure a kill. Instead, ChronosFanClub will get it for himself, as well as Dune now pulling the Pyramids. Those will be the third objective. Searing Pain is...
Sosa.
Well,
Oh.
okay. That was not the right button, so I gotta be honest, my friends. There's a button that's the 4 button on your keyboard. It allows you not to use your Aegis, but to use your ultimate. But we'll let that go. Sosa, you're a great player. You'll get through this. You're 0-0 right now. Your team's actually all died besides you. Hopefully you can get to this late game and maybe land a Searing Pain on an objective, But anyways, another objective going to Dune that actually pushes their lead now to still 6 to 7K, and it's only 13 minutes into this game. I don't see a route for Full Metal Jacket right now to come back into this game besides to play extremely defensive for the next 10 minutes, probably 10 to 15 minutes. They have to really just buckle it down.
Yeah, I do agree. Even though most of this XP difference is only in the duo lane by the looks of it. So if you can fight through the solo lane or through this mid lane, I still think you gotta make a bit of a chance. But this gold difference is going to power up a lot with the items coming through. I think like everyone from Dune should be about like half an item till like an entire item up ahead from their opponents right now. So it's gonna be rough fighting for Full Metal Jacket into this now.
Yeah, do you see the one person on Full Metal Jacket that actually has a lot of damage? And that he has the most damage in this match, which is A1 on the colon. And then the next 5 members of the top player damage on the left side of your screen is all Dune. Searing Pain off the mark. But wow, that is crazy to see on that left side of your screen once again. That's a full blue bar right there.
Yeah, as Gold Fury is being pulled here by Dune once again. With Ra ult already being down, I would assume this goes to them for pretty much free as well. Is Joy actually stealing it with the Capri? Okay. Never mind, I take it all back. I thought Dune, if they would ever get a free objective, it was that one, but it got stolen away by Capri. With the solar flare, like you can see on your screen right now. I was just wanted to talk about this Capri, only having one item up so far. But, well, they made, whatever they do in this game, they're immortal now. They can't do anything wrong anymore. They run the game.
Yeah, I believe that was your previous caster, but now they need to get out of here. Full Metal Jacket getting pushed in. Kokolin in the middle of 4 or 5 players getting pummeled down. Thor looking to go ahead and peel out his teammates. Kepler going to go ahead and pull out the Geb, but the Kokolin's in a deep position as well as the rest of the Full Metal Jacket team in a really hard position not to be able to survive the rest of this fight. Kepler going to use ult on himself. Joy will here after getting that steal. Maw down for Charybdis, which means that there's only one way to escape, and that is to run away physically and not go underneath. So we get 2 picks, but Kepri, Joy, your old caster, I believe, your old caster teammate, gets a big steal here.
Yeah, getting a big steal and then also immediately ruining it by ulting yourself while playing Capri right after your mid laner died. Then again, he might have assumed that his mid laner still had Aegis up, which was down for about 10 more seconds at that point. I wonder why that's it, but yeah. Anyways, I don't think you should be ulting yourself when you're playing Capri.
Maybe not. I mean, when two people die on your team that you were there for and probably could have saved, probably the Kakolin would have been a good choice there, considering how much damage Kakolin is pumping out right now. A1. Still, the top of the leaderboards was 12,000 damage as of right now. Actually pumped his numbers up quite a lot more since the last time I spoke about it. I think that you have to fight if you want to be Full Metal Jacket here. You're 11-2. You just stole a Gold Fury. Not really a big Gold Fury, to be honest with you. The lead on gold is not really too different. Still about 6K. You're going to need to go ahead and... Sorry, 5K. There you go. You're still going to need to play very carefully, but take those opportunities like Joy did with that steal on the Gold Fury. You know, you need to take more opportunities like that. But here's a Prime Answer pool, and if Joy can do it again, he will for sure be the craziest person in this world.
Be careful for the solar flare. There it comes. Ah, it's way too early this time. But there actually is the Ra ultimate. Just off the mark, so Dune will secure it. As Loki ulting the Torald. Getting the CC immunity. Nasha's already up in the air with Sosa in the backline. Sosa now aegising, going down anyways towards Crunch. And over here, Bluxrrr. Lux trying to run away. Putting the wall down. I think they might just barely live. But now they're going for A1. A1 also able to dash out as no other kill confirms for now. But that's a pick on the mid lane, and once again getting their H's down as well. Pretty big as they're looking at the Fire Giant.
Dune, man, they are on. They are on about these objectives. That is a red ward right there, I believe, that that we just zoomed in on, which means that Full Metal Jacket is fully aware of what is going on here, which means that Charybdis is here, ready to take a fight.
Oler and ult being pulled down to maybe have a bit of help with securing it, and it's actually an... Okay, Kukulan stealing away the Fire Giant inside of an Oleron ultimate. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. However, it's already 2 falling down on the side of Full Metal Jacket. Third one might be the combo. Great Ra ultimate, actually hitting 3 people, but will be enough as JoyWolffe will fall down towards Akamaru. And now they're running it down. Akamaru gets his second one onto Sofa, and it's just A1 against the world once again. Gap ultimate coming down. A1 will live for now. Well, you steal away the Fire Giant from Dune here, but at what cost as 4 people from Full Metal Jacket fall down once again. And finally, one thing I do want to say, Sosa getting a triple ultimate there and has finally surpassed the gap in player damage.
Oh my goodness. There is a lot of opportunities for steals in this game, obviously. But I never expected that Full Metal Jacket 16-2. 16-2 right now is the score. They've stolen 2 major buffs, and that is not usual. Usually if it's 16-2 and the score is not going your way, the potential for you to be able to do something like that is little to none. But instead, they are defying the odds and actually stealing 2 buffs in a row.
Alright, but let's talk about the elephant in the room here. Loki mid, you want your mid lane to secure those objectives. That's why you have the big mage ultimates in the game, like a Kraken, like a solo, like the Celestial Beam from Ra. You know what I mean, right? Like Loki's just not gonna bring you this secure, and it is already falling through the man with Full Metal Jacket, stealing away 2 of these big objectives. However, Voulg here getting Bluxrrr once again. Another kill for the Gap, by the way. As a bit of miscommunication by the looks of this. FanClub is trying to ult Sosa here, getting revive by Capri after they fall down from the Nasha ultimate. It's still Gap in the tower, but it seems like they will run away. But it looks like Dune is winning this fight once again, as they already picked down Bluxrrr. Solar Flare coming out just barely off the mark. And now in the tower is A1. A1 hitting 4 people in the ultimate. Oleron ult coming out and slowing the rest of the team to try and support them. I don't think it will be enough. Ooh, tower shot almost gets down towards FanClub, but it seems like they will live for now. A lot of chaos happening on the tower, but no kills.
Yeah, no kills going either way as of right now, but there might be some kills coming right now. Telescope being used by Guan Yu, as well as Cavalry Charge, who used just 30 seconds ago, being used again, landing the stun onto Sosa. Sosa in a very tough position, but FanClub finds himself in an even tougher position than before, as Crunch will have to try to run away and escape. Thor up in the air will miss the ult onto 3 people, but finds himself into a good position with his Kakolin, able to take a fight if he would like to. Instead, runs away, Searing Pan will land onto one, but will not be enough to kill that
Akamaru.
person. Akamaru landed a humongous ultimate onto 2 players and looking for more, but actually will get another kill thanks to the Olo run, who is able to assist him at least a little bit. Olo run going out for a double kill onto A1 as well as Sosa once again. Wow.
3 for 3.
3 for 3. And, well, yeah, I think actually, yeah, you're correct. 3 for 3. It was like a delayed 3 for 3. Because there was that one pick in the first at the beginning of the fight, right at the tower line, and then that person came back to life, and then they died again. Kind of crazy. I was gonna speak about something here. The anti-heal we have brought on the side of Full Metal Jacket, especially. There's a lot of healing in this game in general, but I would say that Guan Yu and Olrun is a lot of healing on one team. We have Contagion and we have Brawler's Beat Stick on the side of Full Metal Jacket. Obviously, this is really good, and I hope that they can apply this type of thing. I just don't see the Divine Ruin yet from Raw. I would probably like to see that.
Yeah, I do agree. They opted to go for a bit more lifesteal instead of this anti-heal. It is a choice to be made, as they do have full cooldown right now, and throw those ultimates out even more. And, you know, I'm gonna actually... Can we talk about something, Fenix? I was talking with some of the players the other day, and I must say, for how well this Raw is still, like, coming across Rift to Rest, did you know they are actually a Switch player?
I had no idea. No, that is crazy. So excuse me. Don't you did not press G by accident when you ageist. I don't know what you pressed because I don't play Switch. But yes, your whatever button on your controller, your joysticks, I think is what Nintendo calls them. Nintendo, please don't sue us for saying your name. I don't know. Yeah, wherever button you push, you need to press the one that's the ultimate. Sorry, we love you, Sosa.
Yeah, I don't want to be discriminating against players who actually like the Switch, but if you're playing this well on Switch, I think you would be an actual great player coming to PC, so hopefully maybe one day we'll get to see them play that, as there's a big fight actually coming out here. Kukulin hitting 3-man, the Ra ultimate coming out as well, as a big revive by Joy there, saving his Ra from impendent death, as Ra actually will fall down after the sash from Naja. Naja himself in a lot of trouble now, only one ult, saving the rest of his team as DivineApe actually gets a double kill from himself. Big ultimates coming out from all across the map.
That was really well done by Olorun there, able to come into that fight just a little bit later as Crunch was in a horrible position, not a great position, but Thor finds himself in an almost worse position, but as we know, he can easily just teleport away, no problem. If you're Thor, who is that in Marvel? That's Chris Hemsworth, correct? Yeah, I think that's who it is. So just throw that axe, throw Mjolnir, and you're easy in a way. But Crunch says, I want more of Mjolnir on my face, and he will eat it, but it won't be Mjolnir. It will be instead UhhKatt picking up a kill and the easy last hit.
As the Fire Giant will fall down towards Dune, UhhKatt and Bluxrrr were too busy actually killing Crunch. At least Crunch doesn't have the Fire Giant now, but with Dune finally being able to secure a Fire Giant for himself, I think we might be nearing the end.
Yeah, this is... it's regular Fire Giant, so obviously it's not enhanced just yet. Looks like they're going to be going for Gold Fury here instead of pushing any towers. Still 2 towers stand on the side of Full Metal Jacket, both the left-hand side and the right-hand side. If they can group up, wait for Olrun ult to come back up, which it is almost back up, you probably can get a really good bird here. I see 1 Pyromancer bomb, which means that 1,000 true damage will be done to a tower or a Phoenix from Dune.
Yeah, Voulg keeping on towards the Pyromancer buff can also... do you know, Phoenix, does it hit gods if you hit them? Does it do damage?
What, the Pyromancer bomb?
Yes.
It knocks up and it does... we just used it so we can't hover over it, but I don't think it does damage. I only think it knocks up, I believe. That's it. Knocks up and pushes people away.
Well, it doesn't matter in the end, because they did decide to use it on the tier 2 tower on the left-hand side here. Because of it, the tier 2 tower falling very quickly, but now you're trying to push a Phoenix and you don't have it anymore. I would have personally kept it in my inventory for this bird.
Yeah, probably would have done that, but we do have the field up for Olorun, which means that we can slow people if we want to. I think this is probably the moment that you would want to use it, but it looks like we're going to be delaying onto another wave and waiting for it to go in. One of these supports really needs to get in there and use cavalry charge or use Gebalt to make sure we can secure some stuff. But Crunch is split pushing on the right hand side of the map.
Yeah, tier 2 towers falling down on the right hand side now as well. As at this point, Full Metal Jacket is towerless in this game. They've only got 3 birds left and a Titan to defend. How are they gonna cope? That's the big question. I'm waiting to see this overrun ult, like you were saying. Oh no! I think Voulg's blink got cancelled, so Cap ult just off the mark, as now we are finally fighting under this Phoenix. Bluxrrr going up in the air, will go in or out. He was pretty low in the store ult. See, like they are deciding to go in, but immediately dashing out. That might be their end, as now it's actually A1 on very low HP, does have the Cap ult on top of them, as Crunch gets Bluxrrr with the ultimate. And now, finally, there comes the field. The slow motion is so big as Ape gets 1. And FanClub gets the 2nd. And now this bird surely will fall down, as the bird has fallen down. Are they looking for the 2nd bird or are they going for the Titan? It seems like it's a split decision. Bit of a communication issue, as Nasha will split push this Phoenix and die to it. Because they don't have Fire Giant. They sent the only one without Fire Giant towards the bird, so they actually died to it, but maybe they might still be able to secure this Titan. Would have very much helped if the jungler was there to help, as now A1 will get Voulg. Titan falling down very low, it's still 3 of them. A1 getting a kill on Ape as well now. Will they clutch it? A1 getting the triple kill!
What? No! What?
A1 got the triple with Cat securing the quadruple, but Archers started the game by killing A1 and Archers ended the game by killing the Titan. What an end! Oh no!
Dune, they take the game. They win that. And it was all skill. There was no errors at the end of the game right there. I'm gonna say something. Archers both killed Kakolan in the early game and won the game for Dune. I don't care about these stats, honestly. I think the stats that I care about are the fact that Archers.
If I was a captain, I would draft the Archers in my team right now.
Yeah, killing the highest damage in the game, the Kakolan, as well as killing the hardest god in the game, technically, the Titan. Goodness, what a game.
Alright, but all jokes aside, we do kind of have to look at these stats for now. Well, let's just talk about Crunch. 8 in 4 and 12. 12 wards placed. 20k player damage. I think they did a job, didn't they?
Yeah, I believe they did their job for sure, and I think that everyone on Dune, for sure, stepped up in this game. And brought their A game. I think that for sure DivineApe with that field at the end of the game really allowed for 2 kills to come for both ChronosFanClub and himself. And then obviously UhhKatt, we'll give him a shout out here. Great play. Obviously the ults were not able to secure multiple objectives because we lack that mage, we lack that I'm a monster, we lack that Kraken, we lack that Spirit of the Nine Winds. But Loki Ultimate still does do damage to players, and so he was able to land that multiple times on the multiple gods. And so great, well done by him as well. On the opposite side, of course, A1, even though getting killed by an archer and Sosa by accidentally using their Aegis, it happens. And A1 did very well, pumping out the damage for his team. That was very good.
Yeah, for sure. And I also want to talk about Cat here, because I think Cat played decently well. They just got god diffed. It's just a magical ADCs right now, man. Like, they're so unbeatable. I would like to see something else except for the Charybdis next game. And if they get it to a third game, then again, out of the normal hunters, I don't think Charybdis is the strongest right now, as well as normal hunters just not being in the meta at all. Regardless, what do you say, Phoenix?
Yeah, crit chance ADCs are not as prevalent as they were in the previous patch. You probably see more penetration builds going on, especially with how kind of dominance is right now. It's kind of funny that I've seen a lot of that in my ranked games and a lot of these in-houses, that dominance is a very strong item, as well as executioner and chin size. But I mean, of course, physical ADCs are always going to be there, but I prefer ability-based gods in the physical. If you're going to be a physical ADC, for example, Chiron, AMC, they are very strong right now, especially with Crusher and how Bluestone Brooch is. We all know that Bluestone is very strong. And I'm going to bring it back just a little bit because I told you that the Runic Bomb does not do damage to gods. It does 300 physical damage to gods and applies knockback. So it does 300 damage. That is not true damage. That's just 300 damage, which means that it could be mitigated. Anyways, uh, yeah, but Cat did very well, positioned himself very well, especially in that fight at the Fire Giant where they got the kill onto Crunch. Was able to assist Blur in getting that kill.
Yeah, for sure. Well, anyway, folks, this was game one. I'm Jeffrey. I'm here together with Phoenix. Once again, thanks Anthony for camming for us. And well, let's head into game two, as I do believe Power will be joining me on chair two there. Welcome back to the second game of this best of three between Fullmetal Jacket and Dune. They have switched sides, so it's now Fullmetal Jacket on the other side. I'm Jeffrey. I'm here together with my good friend Power. And this time we actually got the picks and bans for you. So we see Maui and now Kwang and now Sol also being banned out. What can you tell me, Power?
I mean, those are pretty standard bans from what we've seen. Soul's a very strong pick, dominates every ranked game. Ao Kwang's a perma ban in every ranked game. Hebo's also a perma ban in every ranked game. And we just watched Genetics like 1v15 the entire Smite World Championship on Maui. So pretty standard bans coming out.
Fair enough, as we do see the Oleron being banned out now. One of the more prolific picks from last match absolutely ran the game down. I think they ended like 7-1 to my knowledge. Obviously, you weren't here, so maybe you don't know, but probably a good ban, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely because it's against the team that played Oleron last time. They're definitely banning the TheDivineApe's Oleron after he ran last game.
Yeah, the TheDivineApe does have a nasty Oleron in his pocket. As they're taking the time looking for a last ban, as they decide by the end to go for the Scylla. Maybe a bit of a respect ban against Sosa here. You know, the crush is one of the easier abilities to hit when you are playing on the switch. So maybe that's why they were thinking about it. As Joy actually first picks Nasha here. To my surprise, I still see a Fenrir open on them on like between the gods and then Nasha first pick. What do you think?
Well, I think Naja's a bit better than Fenrir. They scale a lot better into the late game and they can interrupt the brutalize. If Fenrir gets CC'd in a team fight, he just insta dies, whereas Naja has a lot more setup potential. I would value an Asia over a Fenrir personally, at
Well, in
least
that
in comp.
case, I just think you're stupid and dumb, but your opinion does matter to me. So in that case, Fenrir is worse than Nasha. You heard it here first, folks. As Baba Yaga gets locked in here. Not yet a hover for the second pick. What do you think about Baba?
I think Bob is a really strong mid laner. She does a ton of damage, and she's really great in the one-shot meta. She has a lot of long-range poke with their potions. I think she's a great, and she's a great
Mm,
pick in an Asia because she can just ult the sash, and she immunes Neja ult and all that stuff. So I think it's a good pick. Same with Freya into the Neja. It really shuts down a lot of what Neja is looking to do in the back line.
yeah, Freya being very strong right now in general. Odoran was obviously banned out this time, but Freya might even be a little bit better. Not sure, as we see Yamoja as a response here, locked in by Blux. Yamoja just being a very strong support right now. Nothing really you can do wrong with it. Um, is there anyone you would have preferred seeing over this Yamoja, or do you think it's the best pick?
I know JoyWolffe loves Yamoja, so I think it is the best pick. Always going for comfort over the most objectively best character is a good play.
Well, comfort over best is something you can definitely at least say about Izanami, who I think is very bad right now. But you never know, as they might just make it work as Tyr. That is someone I'm a very big fan of, gets locked in for June here. And that means we got our first round of picks and we go back to bans. It's the Guan Yu being banned out here first. Still looking at what to ban for the other side here. Is actually finally there does come the Fenrir out. You did say Nasha kind of counts as Fenrir, so Fenrir being banned here, do you think it's a good ban still, or would you prefer to have seen something else?
I think it's still a good ban. Fenrir's he's a very strong character. I just think Nejaz brings a lot more to a team.
Well, that's fair enough. As we're looking at the last ban here for June, as they decide to go for the Kukulan, doesn't want to play against the Kukulan. They I do believe they played it again. Yeah, they played against it in game one. A1 obviously played it. Was probably the strongest player and god from this entire order side here. So it makes sense that they want to ban it out.
Yeah, I heard he got a quadra kill.
Well, he kind of got a quarter kill. Did the last kill did get secured by Cat.
Ah, I
He
see.
also got soloed by archers.
Well, you know, they're kind of OP.
Archers do be OP. I mean, archers won the game last game. Archers Loki just killed the Titan while June was being decided. Everyone from June was dead while they won. So, you know, Archers do be the sixth god in the game, I guess.
They
Ooh, the
were
Susanoo
utilizing
ban.
that gold they got from killing A1 to kill the Titan. They were scaling. They had a long-term plan. They worked on it.
I sure. As we see Susanoo being banned out here last, it's also just a pretty decent jungler, and Capri being locked in here by Voulg, taking it away from the other side, as I do believe JoyWolffe played it last game, in my memory. So we see a few big steals here. What do you think about Capri being locked?
I think Capri's a great pick. As soon as Neja ults someone, when they come down, you can just ult them, and it kind of negates the Neja ult, assuming the Neja doesn't kill them in the ult. So I really like the Capri pick.
It's actually a Ra being hovered once again by Sosa here. They did a decent amount, like a decent job last game. Wouldn't be the worst pick to go back to. What do you think about Ra in the mid lane?
I think Ra is really good, especially with the Neja combo, but I like Merlin even more. Merlin is an
Yes,
incredible god.
Merlin is great. As we're looking here for what I would assume to be a solo laner for our last lock-in, is there anything in particular you expect to be locked here?
Not really. I don't think there's any super OP solo laners up right now.
So maybe like an Osiris, or what would you pick?
I'd probably pick Osiris. He's pretty strong, but you know, I mean, there are a lot of gods you could pick as long as you're comfortable. I am a big fan of assassins in the solo lane right now. I think they're very
Camasot.
strong.
Well, they banned out the Susanoo themselves, so no Susanoo solo this time, as that's something I'm not a big fan of, but Camasots can definitely work. Has great sustain from his 2, his 3, and, well, the passive just being pretty good for a Camasot solo. Camasots, if anything, probably being a better solo laner than in jungler as one of the assassins right now, and we see a cleaner response for the last pick here for June.
Yeah, Clean is an incredibly strong jungler right now with how many walls there are in the jungle. Her dash she scales incredibly well. Her dash does a ton of damage. She can turn invisible. She can silence people. She just pumps out numbers. With the Bluestone and Crusher Heartseeker build, she's very, very, very strong.
Cleaner do be doing numbies indeed. It's still being hovered. It's not quite locked in just yet. Might be doubting between a different pick, but what else is there to be picked right now? Is there anything OP I'm missing? No, Cleaner gets
Mercury,
locked.
Mercury's up.
You are right. Mercury is up. Would you have preferred seeing Mercury over Cleaner here?
No, I think Kleina's just as good as Mercury, and Kleina has she doesn't have to put herself out of position to dive.
All right. Well, anyways, folks, you heard it here. These are your teams, and let's go into game 2 in this best of 3 set. I'm Jeffrey. I'm here together with Power and still Anthony on cam. Thank you for listening and watching. Let's see you in game 2. Well, welcome back towards game 2. We see here Full Metal Jacket against Dune. and it looks like Yamoja and Izanami are going for the 2-buff start, where Izanami is one of the characters I would actually go for the 3-buff start. What do you say, Power?
I think I would have definitely gone for the 3-buff start. Yamoja and Izanami clear is just insane. But it doesn't really matter. They're going to get to lane before Khepri and Freya anyway.
Yeah, they are looking to be about as fast right now, but probably will clear this purple buff a little bit faster than their counterparts. Maybe a bit of miscommunication going on that they are a bit slower. They actually are slower than the Freya Khepri are. That's surprising.
It is surprising, but they're definitely going to get wave pressure. So long as Izanami hits the whole wave, which she's doing, so.
Doing for the cat hitting the wave for the most part, actually being outcleared by the Freya though.
Yeah, she dropped it to hit the Khepri.
Yeah, that's a choice you could make. Poke is always good, but I would probably have personally gone for the wave there. How about you?
I would have personally gone for the wave. You can always hit the support after the wave's cleared.
Yeah, as we see in the mid lane here, Naja is standing on the tower. I thought they might have been putting a bit of pressure, but it's not that bad just quite yet. So we go back to the dual lane as we see a double root by the solar flare on Voulg here. Great hit by them. Nothing much coming out of it yet. I thought he might want to try and make some plays happen, but I guess you're level 3. There's a full wave of minions. You don't want to fight those minions head on. Like, you don't want to fight the gods while there's still minions there. You might die to them, as we saw in the first game happening.
And minions are pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I've heard they can end games.
Yeah, and they scale with gold really well. They took down the Titan last time.
They sure did. Alright, so we're having a pretty slow start to the game right now. 2 minutes in and not really even like a fight happening just quite yet. What do you think has the better late game?
Dune, I think Dune definitely has the better late game. They
Is it
have
because
late game Freya, late game Kleena, late game Baba Yaga. I think they have a much better late game. But
Yeah,
Full Metal Jacket has a really good late game too, with Neja, Merlin, and Yamoja. I think both teams have really strong drafts this game.
Yeah, it could definitely go either way, as we're still just clearing waves here. Level 4 being hit on the Freya and the Khepri by now. That seems like they probably got the Scorpion, so they're a little bit ahead in XP. As Nasha is clearing the green buff, Merlin just standing here in mid, going to go and clear his minion wave. Look, let's talk about the buff. I mean, not the buffs. Let's talk about the builds, shall we? While we wait for something good to happen. We see this time JoyWolffe actually buying his starter item in the right position.
I noticed last game Akamaru didn't do that either. The second item starter.
Was it Aku? I'm sorry, I thought
Yeah.
it was Akamaru then maybe. I thought it might have been JoyWolffe. I'm so sorry to my former caster for calling you out in something so illegal. I guess it was Akamaru. Let's talk more about Akamaru in general here, Power. Akamaru did do a bit of a role switch here, as they are now playing somewhere else, but hold that thought, as Kleena is over here looking for a bit of a gank onto UhhKatt.
Great banish. That's a nice kill. And
Good
the Yamoja
banish
should fall down
indeed.
too. That's great.
And that's a double kill for Crunch. First blood going down towards Dune, and immediate double kill by a great rotation by the jungler right here. As Nasha was looking for a bit of a gank themselves on solo lane. Did not quite work out though, so they just have to back to base and take their loss.
And they're invading the purple buff. I really like that call.
Purple
seen
buff
a
invade.
lot of double
Coming
kills
through.
not going to invades.
But now, maybe overstaying their welcome just a little bit, as Umoja and Izanami have respawned, and it's just Crunch here. Team has left them, but, well, they are clean and they can hide inside of the wall, like the big scaredy cat they are, I guess.
Great blink
Blink though,
stash. Early
Blink stash,
beads. Bluxrrr
beats
could ult.
immediately coming out.
Great banish.
Ultimate, good banishment.
Yeah, there
Ultimate
he
is up
is.
for the Nasha. Up in the air goes the Kleena. Great shell, good ultimate as well by Foe here. And now the tables have turned. As ooh, Bluxrrr coming out with a sliver of HP after that Freya ultimate. Valkyrie just barely not doing enough damage. I think the heal from the two plus a potion ticking might have saved their lives since they do have the chalice. That was super close.
It was. It was really well played to banish themselves to not die to the clean ult.
Yeah, for sure. As we now, FanClub might be in a
This
bit of
might be a
trouble.
solo kill. It is a solo
I
kill.
think it will be. It definitely will be, as A1 gets the first kill on the board for Full Metal Jacket, soloing ChronosFanClub here on the tier. Just tried to clear the wave and overstayed the welcome just a little bit by dashing through it. Those, like I said before, those minions do so much damage this early into the game. And, well, this Camisalt just cleared this wave a little bit faster.
Yeah, there were no minions to threaten him this time. He's not
No.
gonna fall down twice.
Fool me once, fool me twice, but not 3 times. As now Crunch just slowly walking away from JoyWolffe. The Umoja being very good for healing, utility, saving your teammates, but damage is not really in her kit except for if you do build the damage. I've seen some nasty Umoja damage. I will tell you that much. As well as the ultimate can bring out quite a bit. Like you're seeing here, it's 240 base damage plus 70% of your magical power at level 1.
Yeah.
That's an
A Paragon is he's a well-known Umoja mid stan. He plays it a lot.
beats
Cat.
coming out here from Cat.
Yep, beats the Kepri pluck. I guess they thought that there was going to be follow-up from the Freya, which there could have been. They could have lost half their health bar.
Yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry, I guess, in situations like that. And if you use it early, maybe it'll be up again by the time you need it. As we see a cheeky buff invade here by the Freya to follow immediately. We did see Cat dash towards it and try and do something, but was just barely not in time to actually secure or even fight
Great
for their own
Umoja
turtle.
ult,
Umoja ult, good, but just a little bit off the mark, as UhhKatt did manage to get out of it in time, going into the house and now doing a lot of burn damage while they're very low themselves. Did manage to get 1 kill here onto Bluxrrr, as now it's Crunch trying to get some action for himself. Sosa just barely managing to get out. That blink on the Merlin free being an absolute lifesaver there. Cat now in a lot of trouble.
That's a kill.
There comes the Valkyrie. Yes. And TheDivineApe will secure a solo kill for themselves once again. It's just those magical ADCs. They're unboxable right now. We do see the Asi for Cat already, but it's just not enough to stay alive.
Well,
As a gank here.
She didn't have Aussie during that fight. She got the Aussie after she died.
I'm
So,
sorry.
Freya was on a power spike where Cat was not on a power spike.
A1 here surviving with very little HP after being tower doved by 3 people. The ultimate from the Camisalt goes pretty far if you just spam it and then try and get away, I guess.
Yeah.
Just being enough to get towards safety. So, if we want to go back towards UhhKatt here, they did manage to do a role switch actually. They were a jungle main last season, playing in the mid lane here, as they might actually get a kill for themselves here. Maybe? Well,
they can kill Merlin, yeah.
They will get Merlin. I thought they were gonna kill Umoja first, but Merlin offered their life for their support. It's not something I would have done, but Sosa being very noble here, as UhhKatt will confirm a kill for himself. But like I was saying, they used to be a very good jungler, actually playing mid lane right now. Have you seen them? I'm sorry, as Crunch just gets a double kill. I am not allowed to speak about UhhKatt, I guess, as Goldtree now being pulled.
Crunch is just having an absolutely gigantic game. 5-0 at 9 minutes. He's been popping off.
For sure. Alright, so with the Goldtree falling down, I think we can talk about UhhKatt.
Yeah, UhhKatt has great mechanics and great game knowledge. I do believe that he is still playing jungle this season, but I think he's just playing mid lane in this game. Or
Is
this
that
set.
so?
Yeah, I do believe he is still a jungle player.
Well,
yeah,
it would explain the Loki mid. It would explain the Loki mid for sure from last game, wouldn't it, Power?
Yes, it would. He actually
As-
built the Loki mid exactly how you would build Loki jungle because of Bluestone being a jungle starter now.
Well, I don't play Loki, so I wouldn't know. I'm not trash, and I'm not scum. How about you, Powered? Are you a Loki player?
Yeah, Loki's broken right now. You get Bluestone, Crusher, and Heartseeker, and your 2 hits for like 300 damage on 1 proc. So OP tech.
Fair enough, but it's still cringe.
It is definitely cringe.
As we see a bit of pings here on the mid camps, I do believe, by the Emoja and the Merlin. Just secured for himself, not much of a contest there. Now, once again here, Crunch going towards the solo lane has not have much luck yet against this Kamasots, as Kamasots is still standing on 0 deaths so far, and a bit of a lead. At this point, I don't know if you want to split the farm with FanClub, as Kamasos just heals himself up completely, basically immediately. It's like what we were talking about, the great sustain that this Kamasos has. Tyr having a heal of themselves, I don't think they can like keep up, as in the backline, DivineApe just gets a solo kill once again onto UhhKatt. Now, looks like a bit of a fight here in the mid lane. Seems like both teams don't really want to go for it, but Merlin might be in a bit of trouble. Standing under the safety of the tower, beats coming out, so they live for now. But was scary to say nonetheless.
Yeah, just a little bit out of position while they were doing Pyromancer.
In the solo lane though, it's now actually
ult.
FanClub under tower. I think Nasha will fall down towards the tower. It just took them a little bit too long to get FanClub. I think a few abilities did get missed by both the jungler and the solo laner. As now Crunch wants revenge for the solo laner, going on top of A1.
A 3-man rotate to kill the Camazots.
There's the Baba Yaga ult as well. First getting JoyWolffe down. And now Camazot's in trouble as Capri is diving. Bit of help from Sosa from the buff though, but it will not be enough as Akamaru will confirm the double kill for themselves here in the solo lane. And Sosa just enjoying some free farm. Water at it.
Yeah, I really like how Voulg played that fight. Akamaru ulted and then stepped out of tower to lose aggro, and then Voulg steps into tower so that he can take the aggro, confirming the kill onto A1.
Yeah, the classic support plays as you like to see them. And let's talk about this Baba Yaga ultimate doing so much damage. It's ticking, it looks like it does nothing, but it just burns you down completely. Have you played against Baba a lot?
I've not played against Baba a lot, but I have played a lot of Baba Yaga. She is one of my favorite mages, and she is very, very strong.
Well, there you have it. As Tia just misses the Fearless off to the pool by foe, it's a bit of an unfortunate situation. As now Aeon still going in, even though he did see the support from Fullmetal Jacket here. Seems, I'm so sorry. Did see the support from Dune here. Does not seem to be scared whatsoever. Does have JoyWolffe in the background for themselves though. But this Gold Fury is still up. So I don't know about grouping up around the solo lane all that much. Because next time they do that, that's a Primal Fury for the other team.
Yeah, so long as the jungler's on the right side of the map. Or the left side of the map in this case.
Yeah. As Aeon seems to be in a bit of an HP trouble, but like we were saying before, the sustain has not quite stacked yet, but has the Soul Eater
is looking for a kill here.
Oh.
Great ult by Blux. He will die when he comes down though, but oh, he won't even die. He's out. Oh wait, no, he's not out. Lieutenant Crunch is out. I got a little mixed up there.
Yes. As group banish, and that will secure all the damage from this Baba Yaga ult as well. DivineApe getting another double kill for themselves. Already 4-0 in 5. Being 3 levels ahead of the counterpart in lane as well, as they're looking at this tier 1 tower. Tier 1 tower does fall down in the end towards Dune.
And now
2
they're
in 14. They've gotten a kill every minute.
Yeah, I hope they do the Gold Fury. They're looking like they're headed to the Gold Fury, but they did do Oracles first.
Yeah, wanted to get that vision, even though I don't think it's that necessary. It's still a free Gold Fury though. It takes Fullmetal Jacket too long to get back to it. So the Gold Fury will still fall freely towards Dune. That was a Primal Fury. So they will do a bit more damage towards the next few objectives.
Yeah, they could definitely look for a very early Fire Giant. They have a massive lead on everybody.
Oh,
Is this a solo kill? Oh, Dash is just off the mark. He still finds it.
ChronosFanClub getting the solo kill onto A1. That's not something I thought A1 was having that lane in the back, but I guess ChronosFanClub outplaying. As Freya doing Freya things here, and I think Cat's in a lot of trouble. 2 basics? Oh, it's only 1 basic. Only 1 basic needed by DivineApe here to get the secure kill onto Cat here.
Cat was just sadly pushed up a little too far. I would like to see them freeze the wave at their tier 2 tower. I think that would be the only way they can get back into the game.
Yeah, that would be one of the ways to get back into it for them, as they are looking into Pyromancer. Not quite being pulled just yet. A lot of wards on top of the Fire Giant here. It's a bit of a scrimmage, as it's both sentry wards, so they tried to kill it from each other. In the end, JoyWolffe came out victorious there over LT Crunch. So
just the
yeah.
caster diff.
The caster diff.
They just made better than players.
Nah, JoyWolffe should have stayed a caster. I stick by my point. You fell down though, because you are a caster now.
True, I am washed. I got a pentakill against the staff though, so caster is they're above staff.
You know who's really washed? I am washed. I didn't even get invited to the caster game.
It's true.
Pyromancer now being looked at. Voulg just tanking it. Well, it's only really Akamaru helping with the damage here.
Great zoning by Lieutenant Crunch though.
As Dune will secure the Fire Giant.
And JoyWolffe's
sorry, the Pyromancer here, and JoyWolffe will fall down for it. Because they're
Sosa's
now looking at Sosa.
too.
Sosa, HP falling down. That was like 1 basic from Freya doing 75% HP.
Yeah.
Do they have Polynomicon already? Was that the damage I saw there?
No,
it's not even a polyproc. It's not even a polyproc that I saw there.
I think Lieutenant Crunch. I think the final proc on his 1 hit at the same time as the Freya basic, and so it looked like there was a massive amount of damage done.
Absolutely massive, as the Fire Giant is slowly being pulled. It was already dropped by the time I was finished saying that.
Great fearless.
Great ultimate and fearless by
Bluxrrr ult out.
Here.
Oh, but Akamaru finds over the wall. And
Good
that's what the general
Akamaru.
consensus is amongst mages. Mages that can hit you over the wall are incredibly strong right now, and they're very highly valued by all of the top ranked players.
Yeah, for sure. You do have the sense of randomness on this Baba Yaga that you have to deal with, but well, Akamaru overcoming it, being 5-0-5 right now. Oh, sorry, 5-0-4. I was looking at Crunch. 5-0-4 on the Baba Yaga here. Having completed the double stacks as well as Sosa. Halted fought Sosa falling down towards the Valkyrie here after Tyr did a lot of damage. And now it's Akamaru in trouble. Aeon up in the air. Is it going to be enough? It does a lot of damage. Oh, great Capriole by Voulg.
But they're still both going to die.
Double kill by A1.
They're
not a triple kill.
Akamaru's gonna live.
Just wailing down. And Akamaru does live. Perfect shell as well by the end, but
lazy backing on a ward.
Standing on a ward with the shop open, App does die down towards the blink and sash from Bluxrrr. But what a play, and once again, you had Freya there just absolutely wailing on everyone. 8-0-8 now.
And Dune chooses to drop the Fire Giant despite the Neja not having any relics or ultimate. I guess they just didn't think they had enough damage.
Well, I think Dune is looking at last game, saw himself with a stolen Gold Fury by a Solar Flare from Capri, a stolen Fire Giant by Kukulen inside of an Oleron ult. I think they might just not be confident to secure that Fire Giant, especially now that the mid laner is deceased.
But the tier did force the Neja's ult, so that I think they should look for a Fire Giant pull almost immediately. Because that is a very large team fight ultimate off the board.
Don't get me wrong, I agree. I just think they're scared.
Yeah, it looks like they're grouping up for the Oni Fury, which is a good idea. You get lane pressure, and then you can force a free Fire Giant.
It sure does seem like it. It's full over here now, as it's only FanClub all the way on the right dealing with 2 people. And I don't think they know.
No, they have no vision.
No one knows that this Gold Fury is being pulled, so that's a free Oni Fury for Dune once again, and immediately running towards the Fire Giant side of the map, so it doesn't get sneaked away by Full Metal Jacket.
Well, Dune has a lot of ward coverage over in that side of the map, so I think there would be no sneaking done.
Not on the Fire Giant themselves, though. The Fire Giant itself has the sentry ward from Full Metal Jacket by the looks of it.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's a blue one. Bluxrrr ults.
Up
Someone.
in the air it goes Blux. Falls down, not even on that much damage. I think they might have hit a tank, as now they are forced to use
Akamaru
the
ults
Aegis.
in.
Will probably die towards Akamaru. Yes, they will, as
But
a lot of
Sosa and
damage
Cat
going out.
shredded Akamaru in his ult. So he's very
Be
low
careful.
now. He's gonna have to leave.
In the backline is Aeon, now running from the Capri. Ooh, Solar Flare just connecting, and that might be their end. As they get Fearless back, it will be their end. And now it's a 2-for-0 in favor of Dune.
Lieutenant Crunch is really abusing the Kalina passive, coming out of all the walls everywhere, pressuring everyone. Just nobody knows where this guy is at any time.
Yeah, as we're looking here towards the Fire Giant, looking at this player damage charts, by the way, except for the Capri, we once again see everyone from Dune being above everyone from Fullmetal Jacket.
Yeah, well,
So,
it is 4-25.
It is 4-25.
It looks like Sosa's looking for a steal.
And
Sosa does not find the steal.
Dune will secure their own Fire Giant this time. Finally, something that doesn't get stolen from them. That must feel good, as now they are looking at these last 3 towers. Baba Yaga coming back from base. All of them do have fire. They waited just long enough for the respawn time.
JoyWolffe positioning very aggressively,
JoyWolffe.
and he's going to be punished for it.
JoyWolffe, I don't even know if you can call it positioning. I think that was just misplayed, as JoyWolffe will fall down. And now they gotta defend without a support for another 20 seconds.
Dune does know that there are 2 people in left. I would really like to see them push this Phoenix.
I would like to see them push this Phoenix too, as Caddis just keeps split pushing. Finally decides to back off now with 2 Pyromancer bombs as well. I think you're too late. I think Cap might have backed too late. They are in this fight now, but Phoenix is already below half. Phoenix is already on 1 HP. It will live for now though. There's no kills yet, as Voulg is dropped down very low. He's about the same HP as this Phoenix. With 1 Freya basic, and it might be over. Ooh, jump in by Tyr here. Good Fearless onto Cat. I think there was
Great
Beast
zoning.
Forced as well. Great zoning. And
It
now
allows
Crunch going
Freya to
in.
just get the Phoenix
Ooh,
for free.
JoyWolffe with a great ult, but it's not enough, as the Phoenix will fall down. Freya on the Define by now. They listen to the name of their league, and everyone on side of Fullmetal Jacket is either 1 HP or dead, as they are in fact now healing up back again. But lots of health bars by Dune, 5 men still, all with Fire Giant and a Capri ult still able to be used.
Lieutenant Crunch is getting smacked by A1 in the backline, but he does escape through the wall. I hope they look for a Phoenix here, and it looks like they're backing off to go do the purple buff.
It looks like they're playing it safe for now, waiting for that next Fire Giant to spawn. There's also still a tier 2 tower up onto the right side of the map. Stripping down the entire jungle from Fullmetal Jacket is probably smart. Don't let them hit level 20.
I do believe they could have ended after they took that middle Phoenix fight, but
Yeah, they probably could have, but it's not too bad to play it safe. I mean, if you look at their end call last game, that could have ended very different if it wasn't for some archers.
the archers are just built different.
Yeah. Still grouped up. Still have a little bit of time on the Fire Giant. It should wear out any second now as they're doing the Gold Fury. This will just be a normal Gold Fury. I don't think they really want... I think they're almost close to full build by now, so I don't think the Gold Fury is going to do that much for them. But it's also an objective that's not on the map anymore for Fullmetal Jacket if you take it. And now they're slowly rotating towards this Fire Giant side of the map. Pyromancer is up. Fire Giant about 3/4 of spawning.
Yeah, about a minute until the Fire Giant will be back up.
Yeah. Is there a way for Fullmetal Jacket to get back in this game? What do you think?
I think they just need to farm up and look for Bluxrrr to just find the Freya without beads. Someone has to burn the beads on the Freya, and then Blux has to get a great ult. Should just instantly delete her.
You were saying in the beginning of the game, it probably looks like Dune has to bet a late game, and they are already at this late game point where Fullmetal Jacket is hanging on for dear life. JoyWolffe level 13 right now, 24 minutes into the game. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, especially with A1 electing to go for the Prophetic Cloak. It makes him very squishy as he has not had an opportunity to stack that.
Only 5 stacks, 24 minutes in. Also got it only 3rd item, so it's a bit late. But how are they gonna cope? as they're looking for the last tier 2 tower here. Probably get a tower and then go towards this fire giant as it's respawning right now. There it is. There falls the tier 2 tower. Are they looking for this fire giant or do they want some picks first? Might be scared that it gets stolen. I do think Full Metal Jacket has a bit better secure than Dune has. What do you think? Who has the better like burst damage objective secure right now?
I think it is Full Metal Jacket. I think Merlin has a lot more secure than Baba Yaga.
I agree, so that might be why they were a bit scared, but Fire Giant actually is just straight up dying. It got it practically for free, as now it's only Aeon close, but him being close also means he's there against 4 people. Does get managed to run away, and now June just looking for picks, maybe looking for this mid Phoenix that's respawning.
I think
But
they're
it
looking
looks-
for the right Phoenix, and then they're going to go to the mid Phoenix.
Looking for right Phoenix first, as they have minions there. They're fire minions coming down through the middle lane now. As there's some fight brewing. This is the last chance for Full Metal Jacket to stay in this game. They gotta win this fight. Do they want to have a chance? Or is this going to be a 2-0 by June? T jumping in. Great Fearless. Good beats by Aeon to stay in it for now. As
Great
Cat
dive
is
by
the first one
Crunch.
to fall. Sona will be the second one to fall. Sosa, I'm so sorry. Sosa will be the second one to fall as Crunch gets himself a double kill. Now it's JoyWolffe just barely getting out, and I don't know if you want to go in there. Aegis being forced.
He definitely wanted to go
Ultimate
in there.
being forced.
He escaped.
Aegis and ult being used by Bluxrrr to get out of this. As now they're just a sitting duck. I don't think there's much they can do. Aeon is someone that's able to do something though, but great Capri ult. Just the last second of the Capri ult is actually set up as Akamaru gets himself a double kill, and now Titan is very low. Titan falling below half HP. Everyone is dead. That's a DSI. That is game 2 as we get another 2-0 here for June. Well played.
An incredibly dominant performance coming out from Dune, especially Lieutenant Crunch on the Kalina. He found the backline in every single fight. And even in the last fight, he killed both backliners. He killed Cat and then killed Sosa. And he was full health. He made no problem of it.
Yeah, very well played by the jungler of June indeed. Going 8-0 in 15. Looking at these scorelines in general, like 12, 12-1, 12, 9-0, 15, 8-0, 15. Absolutely mental game by June. Great pop stomp. What do you think? Are they being player diffed or was this a god diff?
I think it was a bit of both.
A little bit of both. Well, you hit it here first, folks. I don't think there's any more we have to say about this game. You all saw what happened, and let's just move on to the next set. I think the players still deserve a second chance. Maybe they just couldn't work together very well. And you must say, this June squad, even though for a lot of them it's the first time playing together, they look like a seasoned team that have been playing together all year. Great calls, great plays, great players. Any of them should be drafted, in my opinion.
I agree. I think all 5 of them are going to be star players this season.
Well, there you have it. I've been Jeffrey. I was here together with Power in the second game. And Anthony on the camera. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you in the next set. Goodbye.